He doesn't have a pulse. He's not moving. He's not breathing. And he's pale.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been that way?
Behind Hollywood's perfect smiles and glittering red carpets lie stories that were never meant to be seen.
So I don't have long to live. These are your favorites. I'm going to be found dead in bed.
Autopsy tables replaced makeup chairs, and the final reports revealed details darker than any movie script. These are the most disturbing celebrity autopsy reports in Hollywood.
So I don't have long to live. These are your favorites. I'm going to be found dead in bed.
You better watch out.
The world was stunned when news broke that Bob Saget, the beloved star of Full House and host of America's Funniest Home Videos, had been found dead in his Florida hotel room on January 9th, 2022. What came next was even harder to process. The Orange County Sheriff's Office released a chilling report detailing the actor's final hours. After a comedy show in Jacksonville, Saget checked into his suite at the Ritz-Carlton Orlando, exchanged cheerful selfies with hotel staff, and appeared completely normal. The next afternoon, when his family couldn't reach him, security entered his room. He was found lying peacefully on the bed. No signs of struggle, no blood, no forced entry, but the autopsy revealed something far darker. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Joshua Stephanie found multiple skull fractures, including breaks around the eye sockets and bleeding around the brain.
And this is awareness for traumatic brain injury. We often hear about it in sports or in military settings, but people can slip and fall in their own homes.
The kind of trauma usually seen in major accidents, yet the skin on the back of his head was intact. Stephanie concluded Saget had suffered a fatal blow consistent with a backward fall onto a carpeted surface. Something hard, covered by something soft. The impact would have stunned him instantly. A fall so ordinary, yet so devastating, and that mystery still haunts Hollywood.
Oh, there's going to be an 8. It's like, who's going to be in the 8, I think is the question. Who wants to come back? Who doesn't? We've been cranking these things for a long time.
When news broke on November 30th, 2013, that Paul Walker, the heart of the Fast and Furious franchise, had been killed in a fiery car crash, fans around the world refused to believe it. But the autopsy that followed painted a hauntingly clear picture of what happened inside that Porsche Carrera GT. The Los Angeles County Coroner's report confirmed that Walker's death came from the combined effects of traumatic and thermal injuries. In simple terms, he survived the impact long enough for the fire to consume the car. The report revealed fractures to his skull, jaw, and ribs, along with extensive burns over his body. Toxicology tests showed no trace of drugs or alcohol, just a healthy 40-year-old man caught in an unimaginable tragedy. Investigators determined the car had been traveling between 80 and 93 miles per hour when it struck a pole and tree, igniting instantly. His friend, driver Roger Rodas, died alongside him. The crash didn't just end a life, it halted a film, fractured a fandom.
Spent 15 years going from being a nobody to somebody with a brother. And then one day he's gone.
And forced Hollywood to face the reality that even its most fearless stars are mortal. Paul Walker's final ride remains one of Hollywood's most haunting goodbyes. When Whitney Houston's lifeless body was found face down in a Beverly Hilton bathtub on February 11, 2012, the world froze.
I'm strong. I stay strong.
The voice that once soared through "I will always love you" had fallen silent, and the autopsy revealed a truth even more tragic than the headlines. The water was scalding hot, hot enough to burn her back. Around the room were signs of chaos: an open bottle of champagne, prescription pills, a spoon with white residue, and a rolled-up piece of paper. It was the scene of a woman at war with herself. Toxicology results confirmed a deadly cocktail: traces of cocaine, marijuana, Xanax, Flexeril, and Benadryl coursed through her system. Investigators determined that while she had slipped beneath the surface and drowned, her heart had already been under siege from years of strain and drug use. The coroner ruled her death the result of accidental drowning, brought on by the effects of atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine. One moment she was preparing for Clive Davis's pre-Grammy party. Minutes later she was gone. For fans, the most chilling part wasn't just how she died, but how ordinary her final act seemed, drawing a bath to get ready for the night.
And it's a medical emergency for a passenger.
Carrie Fisher's death was as complex as the woman herself, layered, conflicted, and heartbreakingly human.
Now to breaking news about actress Carrie Fisher. She's hospitalized tonight after suffering a serious heart attack.
The Star Wars icon, forever remembered as Princess Leia, suffered a medical emergency aboard a flight from London to Los Angeles on December 23, 2016. 4 days later, she was gone. When the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office released its findings, it became clear there was no single cause, only a tragic convergence of many. Fisher's autopsy revealed sleep apnea, a buildup of fatty tissue in her arteries, and traces of multiple drugs in her system. The coroner couldn't say whether those substances directly caused her death, ruling her manner of death as undetermined. But the truth, her brother Todd Fisher said, was simpler. If you want to know what killed her, it's all of it. Years of battling addiction, mental illness, and the toll of medications had finally caught up with her. Fisher had always been open about her struggles, turning pain into humor, trauma into art. Her death, just 1 day before her mother Debbie Reynolds passed, felt like the closing act of an inseparable bond. Even in death, the force between them remained unbroken.
He's pumping his chest, but he's not responding to anything, sir.
When the autopsy photo of Michael Jackson was shown to jurors during his wrongful death trial, gasps filled the courtroom. The lifeless figure on the coroner's table looked nothing like the man who had electrified the world, but the report that followed revealed the quiet horror behind one of the most shocking deaths in music history.
Before you label or condemn me, don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
The Los Angeles coroner confirmed that Jackson died from an overdose of propofol, a powerful surgical anesthetic, combined with other sedatives administered by his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. The levels of propofol in his system were consistent with those used for major surgery, not sleep. His death was ruled a homicide. The autopsy also pulled back the curtain on years of speculation. Jackson's skin showed signs of vitiligo, confirming his long-claimed diagnosis. His eyebrows and lips were tattooed, and his scalp was inked black to blend with the wigs he wore. Beneath the glamour there was frailty, a man desperate for rest, trapped in a cycle of insomnia and medication. Physically, he was otherwise healthy. If not for the propofol, doctors said, he could have lived a normal lifespan. But the need for sleep became the very thing that silenced the king of pop forever.
all these independent, and everybody's running around and doing deals and everything. It was a little more organized then, a little more concentrated. You know who stood for what.
When authorities entered the small, cluttered home overlooking Beverly Hills, what they found was something out of a Hollywood horror film. Except this time, it was real. The badly decomposed body of 82-year-old Yvette Vickers, a 1959 Playboy playmate and B-movie actress known for Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and Attack of the Giant Leeches, lay inside her home, undiscovered for months. Neighbors had grown suspicious only when her mail began to overflow. When one finally forced open the door, the house was eerily silent, the glow of a computer still on, a space heater humming in the corner, and Vickers remains barely recognizable. The autopsy revealed no foul play. She had died of natural causes linked to heart disease. But what haunted investigators wasn't how she died. It was how long she had been forgotten. The coroner couldn't determine the exact time of death. Her body could have been there for nearly a year. A woman once photographed in glossy pages and lit by studio lights had faded into solitude, her final moments shared with no one. In a city built on attention, Yvette Vickers died in complete silence. When Errol Flynn arrived in Vancouver in October 1959, he was still the same silver-tongued adventurer audiences adored, spinning tales of war, women, and wild escapades over drinks. Hours later, the dashing star of the adventures of Robin Hood lay lifeless on a coroner's table, his legendary charm reduced to silence. At just 50, Flynn's body had endured decades of abuse. Heavy drinking, disease, and exhaustion had turned the once vibrant swashbuckler into a man twice his age. After collapsing from a massive heart attack at a friend's home, his autopsy told a grim story. An enlarged heart, diseased organs, and signs of a life lived at full throttle. The pathologists, almost reverent, examined every inch of the Hollywood icon. Even the physical features that had helped define his infamy, Vancouver coroner Glenn MacDonald later admitted, "It seemed an ignominious end for a famous movie star. But that's life. That's death." In a way, Flynn had written his own epitaph years before. "I knew all too well, I was a phallic symbol." And in the end, even that symbol was dissected and studied. The man who once embodied reckless glamour met an equally unvarnished end. Under the spotlight, they were untouchable. But behind the closed doors of the coroner's office, every secret was exposed. These reports remind us that even legends are mortal, and that fame can't protect you from what comes after the credits roll. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Share your thoughts below, and if you want more deep dives into Hollywood's darkest mysteries, hit like, comment, and subscribe to stay part of this journey through the truth behind the fame. Thank you for watching.